Well, here we are today. I've got my great friend and guest, Sharon Frame, who's a former CNN anchor. She's coming in from hot Atlanta, Georgia.
Yay.
Thanks for taking the time with us today, Sharon. I really, really appreciate it.
Treasure. Wow, what a pleasure it is, Mr. Incredible, to spend time with Mr. Incredible. Wow, I'm
Wow.
honored.
Thank you. I, you know, we go way back, and
Yes.
we met at a seminar of all places. Imagine that. And I think it was 2010, maybe in LA. Yeah,
Yes.
2010 in LA at an event, and it was a speaking event, and we became fast friends ever since. And we've been on a mission to impact people's lives, and we've been working together on several projects. And I helped Sharon with some of her books and some of her media as well. But we're really excited about the Speak Like a Champion tour. We just came out of NASA, just hot out of Houston in January, the last part of January. And the Speak Like a Champion tour is teaming up with Sharon and her leadership cruise that she's had every year.
I'm
And
so excited.
this is her fifth year.
Yes.
And she has perfected the seminar at sea. So we're super excited to team up with her to bring not only the speakers that have been at NASA, but other speakers that want to experience this. And I have made or announced 2017 as the year of the experience. So NASA was a great experience. So just give us a little feedback real quick about what you experienced at NASA, because you were a featured speaker there as well.
And it was such an honor to be on the platform with such great speakers. One of the things, the takeaway for me, just the relationships that I built with other speakers, the fellow speakers, dynamite in their own right, and being able to serve together. I've made fast friends with a number of them, and we've been continuing our conversation and our relationships. I mean, you cannot put a price on that. I've had great conversations. In fact, a few of them we were planning to do certain things together to collaborate and synergize and move our business individually and collectively further down the road. And because of those connections and the collaborative efforts, I've been able to expand my reach and to involve myself in some of their programs to bring a larger sense of service to a larger audience. So, wow, what a great takeaway. Thank you for that opportunity.
Oh, you're my pleasure. So from a speaking standpoint, people that are listening are probably seasoned speakers or just starting. What would you say would benefit speaking at a big platform like that, as far as the media and things like that? What would you think would be a positive takeaway?
From speaking on leveraging your ability. That's what I think. Because when you are exposed to other people of like mind, you tend to jettison, you tend to accelerate a lot faster than if you were trying to walk up the hill, up the mountain by yourself. It's one thing to do it by yourself, but it's a totally different experience when you are in collaboration with other people, and they can help you leverage where you are, and you can help them leverage who you are. That to me was what was so worthwhile, what was so much of a treasure to me, because you can't really understand just how much of a vast array of knowledge you can acquire by connecting and locking arms with other people, because they've been where you haven't and you've been where they haven't. And I have introduced some of my new friends through the NASA experience to other friends, and they have introduced me to other venues. And so, wow, I would not be the same person had I not had that experience, Tracy, in NASA. And not just from business, from a business perspective, but also just from a pure relationship, friendship perspective. I've walked away with some great dear friends, and I know some of them will be lifelong friends of mine.
Absolutely. So these speakers, they're part of a media package. They're getting press, they're getting in a book and things like that. How important do you think that is as far as speaking from a platform such as NASA? And we're going to Notre Dame next, and you've been invited to continue the tour. How do you feel that benefits speakers?
Well, just the name Notre Dame, it brings a volume of credibility to the table, and people will say, wow, she spoke at Notre Dame, or wow, the type of response and reaction I got when I told people I was speaking at NASA. You thought I was an astronaut, shooting to the moon. Absolutely. There is a thing called celebrity connection, and just that sense of a level of professionalism. It takes you to another level because you're connecting with something that is already revered or looked highly upon. So when you talk about Notre Dame and connecting with people there and Rudy and the movie, and who wouldn't want to go live in Rudy's world for a couple of days?
Right.
And he's a phenomenal speaker himself, the actor behind the Rudy movie, which is, I mean, loved internationally, right?
Mm-hmm.
So with that type of platform, it just gives you more of an exposure to a different level of folks, a different level of potential clients, because you're adding on to your base as to who you are. And when people realize that, hey, I've rubbed shoulders with T. Allen Hayes, or I've spoken on the same platform with Sharon Frame, or Ken Rashad, or the list goes on, or Patty, it just explodes your ability to be more professional than what you are. It brings you more credibility. It helps your name to be even greater. And so for anybody who's interested in becoming a part of what we're doing, I would say, please join the fun, because it can only bring you to the next level.
Absolutely. And you had a great career at CNN spanning over 20 years. So, you know, you got the opportunity to interview Oprah early on, and that kind of propelled you into your career at CNN. So tell us a little bit about your experience at CNN and touch on that just a little bit.
Well, I was in local news for quite a while, and I really wanted to take myself to the next level. I've always been the type of person that if you tell me I can't do something, I'll just say, watch me, right? Because I believe absolutely that anything is possible if we put our minds to it, and then we put our hard work behind that. So my experience has been, hey, CNN didn't offer me a job. I went and created something. And that's what I'd like to encourage other people as they're watching this, to know that you can create what it is you want. You can create going to Notre Dame with us. You can create coming on the cruise. You are the captain of your own ship, so you turn it whichever way you want to. And oftentimes what I find, Tracy, is that a lot of people have desire and they have the want to, and they might even have the talent to, but they don't get up and to do it. They don't get up and do it. And so the activation is so very important. So again, I went to CNN, I called up, I said, listen, I'm going to be in town. I want to work for CNN. I've been always, it's always on my trajectory, on my list of things to do. And because I stepped out and connected with a few people who opened some other doors, and I insisted upon making it happen, not giving up when the naysayers said, oh, you're kidding me. Who's going to let you in those big doors? We let ourselves in by showing up prepared, by showing up and insisting upon the fact that we want an opportunity and we can prove ourselves once we get in the door. And that's what I did. Perfect.
So your 5th anniversary on your Lead Her Ship cruise, and they've been successful through the years, and we're so excited to add it to Speak Like a Champion Tour, and we've got it scheduled for November. Give us some details on that and some benefits.
So excited about this cruise. This is our 5th anniversary, and because it's a celebration moment. Now, all of the cruises are celebration moments, but this one, you know, is a pivotal moment for us, 5 years of doing this. We thought we'd do something different, and we're going to Cuba. You know, who doesn't want to go to Cuba? It is like the island that's been untouched by time. It is a wonderful mystery behind and an intrigue behind what is going on in Cuba. So now that the doors are partially open, we wanted to take advantage and go in and see the enchantment and figure out how we can serve, because the cruise always has a platform of service. Figuring out how, when we go to Jamaica, as we did last year, how we can serve an organization that's doing good and tilting the planet towards kindness. The same thing here in Cuba. We're finding connections. I was on the phone today working out a connection point, so we will serve people while we're there. But some of the benefits, of course, is being able to speak from the stage internationally. So if you want to come and join us, you can, wear the badge of being an international speaker from Cuba. We will be in Cuba 2 days. And so we're looking at not just the historic sites and the beautiful culture and the food, but also how we can be of service to people while we're there. So I encourage you to go to the website, leadhershipcruise.com, leadhershipcruise.com, and register, because we are planning such a fantastic time, not just in Cuba, but we're starting out in Tampa, and we're starting a Bon Voyage party in Tampa for all of our guests who fly in early, and start the party early on land in Tampa and get on the boat. And we're going to Cuba for 2 days, just have a blast of a time. And then we're going to Cozumel, Mexico the next day. Then the 2 days at sea, we're going to have an amazing time with our speakers. We've got speakers going to talk about mastering your money. These speakers are there to serve people who are speakers, authors, entrepreneurs, who want to take their message to the next level. So say, for instance, how to, as a speaker, you love speaking, you know that's your calling and your passion. How do you now translate that into money? How do you monetize it so you can pay your mortgage and keep the lights on, right? And then we're talking about how you can master your message, how to be a person who can speak with clarity, confidence, and conviction, how you can be an authority in your particular industry, and how you can either write your book, publish your book, turn it around, and then speak from that space of being an expert. There are other things we're going to be talking about. You know, how about moving the obstacles and fear and procrastination that hold us back so often? We've got a specialist who was with us last year on the cruise. He's coming back by popular demand.
Nice.
Because he has such a great grip on how we can extricate ourselves, free ourselves from fear and procrastination. And then we have the media training. Once you become a speaker and you've got that book written and you're taking this book now to the next level, becoming a speaker, how do you now prepare yourself to blast yourself to the universe via media? How do you prepare yourself for a media interview? How do you find areas where you can be the person doing the interview? How you can be the host of your own television show, your own radio show, and all those great things. We'll also talk about the power of purpose and why we do what we do and why we give back and serve others. So quite a plethora of things on the plate for us to explore and empower each other.
Awesome. We're super excited. We have several speakers that are coming from NASA that are following us on a tour to Cuba and Cozumel for the international cruise, Lead Her Ship Cruise. We're so excited to be a part of you, and we look forward to teaming up with you in November.
Wow, it's going to be my great joy, Tracy, to hang out with you and share some similar space and similar energy, because you bring so much to the table, and you are such an incredible individual, which is why I call you Mr. Incredible.
Thank you very much. You're the one
My
that
pleasure.
labeled me that, and I appreciate it, I guess. So awesome. So those of you that are interested in teaming up with us, make sure you click on the link below, and make sure you reserve your cabin. They're going fast. So we're combining the media package with it as well, so you can get some exposure on this, and we're really excited about being a part of it. So we'll see you the next. Thank you, Sharon. Take care.
My pleasure. Take care. Bon voyage.